knowledge being spread. It's like warm butter across the bread. Smooth, I know you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Mardy McFly, they on the right track. Yeah, gotta dig some dirt to plant the seed. Spread roots till you sprout like a tree. Doni Jones, she the one you wanna see. Doni Jones live, this is where you wanna be. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live.
Hey, 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 I am Doni the Tree Lady, and welcome to Doni Jones Live, where I am Doni the Tree Lady, and this is...
I was wondering if you was going to throw it over here to me.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
I'm Mardy McFly. You changed up the whole...
I switched it up a little bit.
Yeah, and I am that guy, Mardy McFly. And hello, and welcome to, I guess, another edition of Doni Jones Live.
Yes, another edition of Doni Jones Live with Doni Jones and Mardy McFly, that guy.
But today we got something really special.
We do.
Oh my God, this is special. You just need to just hear her voice for that laugh.
I think if they heard that laugh and that voice, they already know who we got on the show.
Already know, you know, a longtime friend is kind of like I felt like I've grown up with her because she's been in radio here in the Atlanta area for me, decades, for as long as I can really remember. But everyone, please show y'all love for Atlanta's own Miss Wanda Smith.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
The incomparable Wanda Smith.
Funny, comedian, just everything.
Let's just open the curtain then.
Well, if I had a curtain, I would open it. You know what I'm saying?
So, Wanda, how has life been for you? What's been going on with you?
Well, I have actually been enjoying life.
I love it.
You know, resting.
Yes.
I got plenty of rest.
Yeah.
So that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Got plenty of rest, and I feel great. Just been doing what God had me to do.
Yeah.
And that's moving all throughout the city, doing certain things. So I've been hosting a lot of events and, you know, doing things for certain mayors in certain counties and doing parties and clubs. And so I'm enjoying hopping around.
I love it.
I kind of feel like Mickey at Disney.
Okay.
Do what you want to do.
You know, it's funny. I try to do the same thing, but I get in trouble when I go and hop around.
You be
other
doing
places.
a little something different.
Well, I just be laying hands on people. It's a church thing, you know. I hop over here and I hop over there. But anyway, but that is so cool. You know, I will say, as a true Atlantean, I miss your voice and I miss you up there. You know.
Well, thank you very much. I miss talking to the people in Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta in 91 and 91. Yeah. And it was really a great transition from Miami to Atlanta.
Yes.
Because I come from a place where lots of Spanish and you know, Jamaicans. Yeah. And then I come to a city where black people just running
run things.
You know
Exactly.
Exactly. So I'm enjoying, you know, my stay in Atlanta still, but I am Miami blood.
But now you're not gonna let Atlanta, you're not gonna let Miami steal you from us now. Are you gonna? You ain't going. You ain't going nowhere, right?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I really was thinking about buying a home there. Okay. Until the hurricane hit.
I can't do that.
I'm good. See, that's you ain't got to worry about no hurricanes in the ATL.
Right, but you know what, Doni? You can make some money down there if you had a tree service down there. Because I was kind of slightly praying for you this past weekend. Like, because I know the hurricane was coming through, and see, that's how I eat.
That's true.
When it's a hurricane and the trees fall down, and she gets to go out there and take care of those trees.
The payment comes on time.
Right.
Well, you know, you probably wouldn't get much work in Miami during hurricane season because there are many coconut trees there. And there are many palm trees there. Yeah. And you know, the palm tree is the strongest tree in the entire world.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah?
In the entire world. It's in the Bible.
I did not know
that. The palm tree, they're beautiful.
And they will bend, but not break. And that's so powerful. But I'm glad you bring that up because that kind of brings me to kind of what I wanted to talk with you about today.
Absolutely.
It's been so beautiful since you and I have gotten a chance to connect, you know? And what, you know, obviously for those of you that are in the Atlanta market, you know our girl's on the radio every day doing her thing. And
then 25 years.
That's right.
Wow.
Did you say 25?
25
okay, I'm
years.
old. I'm old.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now let me take you back a little bit. 25 years, and I can refresh some people's memory. I started out with Mike and Carol. I was on with Mike and Carol. And then from Mike and Carol was the Frank Ski Show.
That's right.
And then it became the Frank and Wanda Show.
Yep.
Right.
Then it was Ryan and Wanda.
Yep.
Then Frank and Wanda again.
Yeah.
Now, wasn't it a,
But notice,
Wanda
Wanda was always there.
Wanda and Friends show one morning? At one period, was it Wanda and Friends?
No, I had a Wanda Smith and Friends. I had Wanda Smith and Friends show in Atlanta where I did. It was a comedy show / play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Where we would do it at the Civic Center and the Fox Theater and the Coca-Cola Roxy Theater.
That's right.
Oh, something
So
that we
that
need
was
to bring
really successful.
back. I
Yeah.
never
Check it
realized
into
that, because I've been here for years and listening to radio. But, Mike and Carol, I didn't realize that you were with Mike and Carol way.
Well, see, you got to be
Good
older
morning.
like me. I'm a little older than you.
Oh, yeah, you
I'm a
I was
little
in
older.
my 20s when I got here.
Right.
I was
she
probably-
remember when V1 through 10 on the air. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Ain't it?
Yeah,
Hey,
ain't it?
Grandma.
Yeah, I'll take it. But no, what really inspired me about you is where you're at. You know what I'm saying? And the mindset you're bringing to things. And on this show, we try to bring people, guests that have tapped into something, whether it's spiritual or some type of strength.
Yeah.
But when you brought up the palm tree, I looked at how just recently, within the last few years, you did your own transition, and to see you still flourishing and doing your own thing and bouncing all over the place doing this. Can you tell the people how you've been able to bend like that palm tree and not break?
Well, you made me took me to church.
That's right.
Come on now.
Yes.
Okay, don't get me started.
The grace of God. I think my walk in life was to help people. I know my purpose, and my purpose was to help people. So I moved to Atlanta in order to do that, to get people to work in the morning to jobs that they may not love.
Come on.
People listen to us in the morning. So I think with that being said, God was like, Wanda, 25 years is the time of completion for you. And I kept going, and I kept going, and I kept going. And even my youngest son was like, Mom, you said when I graduated high school, you were going to stop. So I was tired, to be honest with you. Because just, you can't imagine waking up for 25 years at 3 o'clock in the morning every day. But I tell people, and they say, how do you do it? I say, well, I wake up to go sit down and talk.
Well,
It's not like I'm going to cut trees down or anything.
That's true.
But, my walk in life with radio was amazing. I got to meet so many people, and God has blessed me to learn from others, from celebrities to you name it. I've met so many people, and I think because of that, my walk in life is when I was able to, sit down and rest. I start to reflect back when I didn't have time to reflect while I was in the midst of. So I had time to sit back and reflect. And there was mornings where I would cry because I'm waking up to go nowhere. Like, okay, you're not going to work today. And I'm like, okay, God, really? So God has put me in a holding pattern, meaning to be still. I'm talking to you because your next walk in life is going to be so different.
That's right.
So get it. I didn't get it before because we think as people that we are constantly doing this, doing that, and that was my life. But I'm able to bend and move like the palm tree because I understand listening to God now. I didn't before. So now when I listen, I can hear the voice say, be still, know that I am God.
That was actually one of the words, that was one of the scriptures or the phrases that would always inspire me was when I was in that space where it's like it felt like nothing was working and everything that I was trying to push towards, it seemed like it was moving further away. It was like I would hear God's voice say, be still and know that I am God. But you can't know until you stop to reflect.
That is
correct.
What I mean? That is correct. Being still is something hard for us to do as a people. It goes back to Africa, like even visiting Africa 5 times. It's like those people don't stop. Those are some of the strongest people I've ever met in my life. They're constantly moving and making things happen. And I just think that we are that energy. We're Americans, but they're African Americans. But it's in our blood to move and have that drive. So I'm constantly moving, but at the same time, I'm learning to listen and I'm learning to be still. And it is the hardest thing in the world for me to be still, but I'm learning.
That's awesome.
You know, I always like to refer to the scripture of, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, but he maketh me lie down. We forget about that sometimes.
That's
he
right.
makes us lie down and understand that we serve a God that works in the in-between.
Yeah.
The place where you're at and the place where you're going is usually that in-between place where he's talking to you at.
That's right.
Because that's
right.
that transitional time where you're like, what am I going to do? This is a new area for me. It's like, I'm taking you to a place where you've never been before.
Wow.
So it is a little uncomfortable. It's unsure, but
you know, I was able to talk to comedian Mike Epps. My manager,
Love Mike Epps.
Mike Epps, he's so funny. My manager, Denise Howard, who runs the Universal Circus, she kind of do a lot of things for a lot of comedians. She managed Ricky Smiley. So a lot of us are in a little cluster where we do a lot of work with her. And we actually snuck up on Mike Epps in North Carolina a couple months ago, and he didn't know we were coming. Yeah. So he got to see myself, Denise, and Tina Graham. Tina Graham is a woman that was a part of Def Comedy Jam. She kind of created, so when Mike Epps fell on hard times, and he was just like going out to LA to get started, Tina opened up her doors and allowed Mike Epps to lay on her sofa.
Yeah.
Being just Mike Epps, not the celebrity.
Yeah.
So when we walked in the door, he teared up. And he said, my God, greatness just walked in this door. He said, 3 of the most powerful women I've ever met in my life. He said, all 3, and then he's tearing up, and you know, he's a little thug. So he's tearing up, and he goes, man, all 3 of y'all have helped me in my career at some point in my life.
That's right.
So, you know, he was a bad boy, and I used to tell him, he hate when I tell people this, but he used to smash and grab. And I remember, you know, talking to him about not doing that when we were much younger at the comedy club. He was like, stop telling people, Wanda, I'm past that. I'm like, yeah, but it's your past.
It's your past.
You know what I'm saying? But he was able to pour into me a little bit. He said, you know, come here for a second. And he put me over. He said, you know, do you think that it was time for you to be done with radio? He said, do you think God, this is what he said, do you think God wanted you to move out the way and be still because he had something else for you to do? And I said, you know, he said, I'm just telling you. He said, I've been trying to cut the Richard Pryor documentary forever. He said, and God, every time we get lined up, we get the cameras in, we get everything squared away, something happens. He said, so sometimes God will kick you out of a place if you're not listening to do something else. So, you know, I mean, I'm listening to people. I'm like, okay, you have a good point there, you know?
Well, God is kicking us out of this segment right now. We're going to take a quick break.
Take a break.
We're going to take a quick break. But you're listening to Doni Jones Live with Doni and...
that guy, Marty McFly, the wonderful Wanda Smith.
I'm Wanda.
Yes.
And we will be right back.
Yeah.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Now when the weather starts to change, the rent start to fall, who you gonna call?
Don Street Service.
If it's looking kinda weak and it's looking kinda bleak, who a tree specialist call?
Don Street
If
Service.
the trees in your yard are just too tall, who you gonna call?
Don Street Service.
Hey everybody, it's me, Wanda Smith, and I'm here with some great information. I don't know if you know, but it's hurricane season, and it's a great time for you to think about having trees removed before one fall on your home. That's something you don't want to happen. Listen, I called Don's Tree Service on a Monday. They were here in just a few days. The price was right, the staff was right, and I'm happy with everything they've done. So hey, if I were you, I would sit down with my family and talk about having trees removed before the hurricane comes and hit your home.
If you want more information about your trees, call Don's Tree Service, 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
You know, one of the things that frustrates me to no end is when I call a company and as soon as it picks up, it says, please hold, and your approximate hold time is 4 to 5 to 10 minutes. It frustrates me because I need some help. But then I was wondering about when we get on our knees and pray, does the spiritual angel kind of picks up and says, I hear your prayer, but please hold for the operator. And it might take you 4 or 5 days or 4 or 5 months. But knowing that the operator will pick up and handle your problem. I think in those times, God is trying to tell us to just hold on for the blessing. Hi, I'm Pastor Marty Ringer, and I'd like to invite you to join us each and every Sunday morning at St. Mark Lutheran Church. Now, you might not be in the East Point or the Atlanta area, but you can always go online at stmarklutheranchurch.org and check out any of our services. I would love to just spread the good news of Christ to you. If you're here in the Atlanta area, our address is 4137 Washington Road in East Point, right down from the Atlanta airport. And if you're not around the ATL, you can always log on at stmarklutheranchurch.org. And there you can be a part of any of our worship services. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure that you understand this one message. God is trying to tell you to hold on until your blessing comes. And may God's grace and peace be with you.
Hey, this is Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. And as a small business owner, I get asked all the time, how did you do it? Now, for those of you that don't know, I basically started a tree service with $43 and a dream right here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Now, during my journey, I've definitely been blessed to see the mountaintop, but I've also been in some rough valleys. And in my book, From Failure to Fabulous, I share my experience. My book really is a real woman's journey to building a happy, healthy, and successful life. But I gotta be honest with you, I read self-help books and I listened to audio programs about success, and I was still having difficulty achieving success in my life until I really got a hold of certain principles that made a difference. In my book, From Failure to Fabulous, I get very real and raw about what I did to build my company, my family, and my life. So please go check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous, on Amazon, or you can go to my website, www.DoniJonesLive.com.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live, where I am Doni.
And I am Marty, hanging out with Wanda.
Hey, Wanda Smith.
Not just any
Right. You know, she has one of those names you can't just say the first name. It's not
know,
just
right?
Wanda Smith.
Exactly.
You know, that's her full name. But you know, on the last segment, you brought something up that I was kind of curious about.
Yeah.
Okay.
That we see a lot of celebrities on TV, and you just know that they are.
Balling
in my mind,
out
they
of control.
balling. They're millionaires. Everybody a millionaire.
If you're on TV,
Right.
you a millionaire.
Right.
A real quick story, we're gonna get into that. When we first started doing TV commercials, right? I went to a customer's house and they had seen us on the commercial, and I gave the price, and they were like, "Girl, you know you could do this for free. You big time." I was like, "What were you thinking?" I was like,
Just
"You can
because-
afford, just do it for free." I was
Oh
like,
my God.
"Got it." So yeah, but you were saying.
She wasn't saying. I had
was-
just asked her a question. You
Answer the question.
See, you messed
Okay.
up. You messed up last segment. You got a gold star. You didn't mess up this one. So anyway, but the
take my
question is,
gold
how
star.
often do you come around people in the industry that I guess the layman people that are watching
Yeah.
may just assume that they have, everything laid out.
Yeah.
They have the money, they have the big house, but you realize, no, a lot of us are struggling.
Yeah.
How often in your career have you come across individuals like that, I guess, and be open to you
Right.
to let
Right.
you know?
Really, honestly, if you think about it, everybody's balling right now. When you look at social media,
Yeah.
it's people put on this persona like
Yeah.
they living in this huge house. Most of the
Yeah.
time they're rented.
Yeah.
A lot of times they don't have exactly what they say they have because, everybody can't afford a Bentley. Everybody
Yeah.
can't afford, a Rolls Royce or, a Jaguar or what
Yeah.
have you. But I think it's just the theater of the mind
Yeah.
where some people just want to put it out there like
Yeah.
they have it going on like that. I've never been that person to floss.
Yeah.
I've never been a person that I had to have the latest purse.
Right.
I've never been a person that, throughout my career, I had to shine
Yeah.
or make someone feel that I'm doing more than what I'm doing. I've always been, in my mind, just
Yeah.
a regular person. Because honestly, money only determines who you really are.
Yeah.
If you're a broke person and you're an idiot, you're going to be a bigger idiot if you get wealthy.
That is so true.
Yeah.
You
And your money ain't gonna last as long.
Yes, it only enhances who you are.
Yeah.
So, I just think that some people, I don't, honestly, as far as calling names, I can't really think of someone that I've actually seen them as like, well, you were just balling yesterday. And your ass is broke."
Right. But you're classy enough to where you ain't gonna be calling nobody.
And then at the same time, I think brokenness or money is depending on the individual
That's
itself.
true.
Because
Right,
if I
right,
get $100, I'm like, I'm happy, I'm a broke,
Right,
and then
right,
you find somebody else that says,
Yeah.
that's it. You know,
Right.
So I think there's different levels, but it is sometimes the persona that people are making it, so much bigger than what it is, especially with social media.
Oh my
Because
God.
I've spoken to a lot of kids and youth that say that I want to be like this, Facebook or Instagram person.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a hot clip of their life.
You're not seeing the totality
You're not
of their
seeing
life.
the totality, or
Yes.
you're not seeing on what's on the other side of the camera.
Yeah.
Because you would think, I'm out here on the beach living at large, and you got 4 or 5 ghetto kids over there like, Mom, I'm hungry.
Exactly.
But it's a different persona. I was watching this pastor guy, and I think I've seen him or whatever, the one that he got robbed a couple of weeks ago or whatever because last week he choked somebody out, a lady. But it was funny because his church looked nice at first until they pulled the camera and they showed the whole
scraggly.
And it's like, wait a minute, that's like a little bitty basement room.
That's crazy.
I knew that was the case. I was like, something doesn't seem quite right
But
here.
to look at his makeup, you would think he's very wealthy.
Yeah.
And I just, the whole thing where they say fake it till you make it, I just have never been that person.
But
I always ask God to, like even the money that we made in radio, we made a lot of money in radio.
Oh, yeah.
But I've always been taught by my mom, Wanda, save your money. Because you never know what could happen. My mom was so big. She wasn't big on talking about love and affection and marriage and relationships. But when it came down to finances, she was something else.
Yes.
That was her thing. She's 86 years old. She's never asked us for $1, $1, 1 penny to pay a bill, to put tires on her car, to do nothing. So she instilled in my sister and I to be able to put away money, to save money. So when B103 did say goodbye, I thank the good Lord that I didn't have to go say, hey, you know what? Can I borrow this? Or can I borrow that? I just bought a house, and I end up calling Don. Well, I called this other. Let me be honest. I called this other tree company first, right? So the guy was like, "Oh, it's $1,000 to cut that tree down." I'm like, "One tree?
One tree? Yeah.
Well, you like this? You like these?
Trust me, I've had to do that several years.
So, but I was able to cut down 7 trees. Just because. And then I ended up meeting Doni, and our prices were, right along the same. So I had no idea on how expensive it was to cut a tree down. But I know the importance of getting it done. So it didn't matter to me. So I'm able to go to the bank and pull that money out and do the things that need to be done without being employed right now. You know what I mean? So some people are not able to do those things. They have to hold on to that last little $150,000 they have or $100 that they have. So, I just wish that they save more. Stop buying all these flashy cars. It's not worth it.
Right.
Put your money in an account. Do you have a 401k?
Come on now.
They change so many things now. So I wonder, and I pray, like for instance, I hate to bring this up, but we're looking at the situation with Tiffany Haddish. And just took place, and there's a recent video just came out where she say, hey, I've lost everything.
Right.
I've lost everything. Based on this case that just happened to me with this molestation thing. And she said, I don't have anything. So I'm thinking to myself, that's a job to go and talk to celebrities or people that have had money, and we can go and talk to them about finances. You know what I mean?
You know what? You bring up a good. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say you bring up a good point. Is that when they become a star like that, where is the knowledge or the know-how to be able to manage millions of dollars? Because you see it keep happening over and over and over.
You know who's really good at that? The NFL. The NFL, I remember the NFL, we talked with a couple of people that worked for the NFL, during my radio days, and they came in and we asked that question. That's a great question. They say that's one of the first things they talk about is finances and women. Because those are the two things.
You sure they talk about women? Because I don't know about
well, I'm going to tell you what he told us. He said, what we do is we bring all the potential players into a room once they've made it, and we bring them into a room, and we bring in some of the most beautiful women. He said we go to Vegas, we bring in some of the most beautiful women from all over the world. And when they walk into the room, the potential ball players like, oh damn, oh my God, black women, white women, Asian women, just all type of women, but they're gorgeous. He's saying, and every last one of them have HIV. So they explain, the women have to talk to the team and say, hey, don't use your money on me because I can come into your room or your dorm or whatever, and we can have sex, and now you have a disease, a deadly disease, and you're only looking at my body, my face, and I'm beautiful, but you're about to be broke and sick.
Yeah.
So, that's something to think about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think that there are people, like, nobody came to the Frank and Wanda morning show, hey, let me talk to you. Y'all about to make, well over 6 figures, so let me talk to y'all about nobody's
But
doing
you learned from your mom.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. Is one of the
Yes.
things that I think in these generations now,
Yes.
you had a mentor that taught you money.
Yes,
and that's
correct.
one of the things that I'm not going to say just in the black community.
Yeah.
We teach people sometimes how to make money,
That's
but
right.
not how to save
keep
money
it.
or the
That's
business
correct.
of
That's
money, how to make the money
right.
make money for
Yes.
itself.
Or how money works.
Right, how money works.
Exactly.
But it's another thing that you said that I want to almost challenge the mindset, because you said, I am now unemployed.
Yes. And you're not.
And
you
you're
think
not,
about
because-
all these
What
different things
I
you're
meant by
doing.
the radio station, not I'm just saying that
Right.
because that's what people know me from.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I think of Tiffany Haddish, and I think me and you had a conversation
We
about
did.
this too. Yeah, she said, I don't have any more gigs lined up, I don't have anything like this, but the potential of the person
That's right.
can always
Yes.
continue
That's right.
to generate money.
But do you know why she said that? Because it came easy to her. She said that because the movies were coming easy.
Yeah.
Somebody would walk up to her
Yeah.
and say, hey, you want a job? Hey, you want to do commercials? Hey, you want an endorsement?
Right.
But because you have this thing now that has corrupted your career in a sense, as far as the internet is concerned, her self-esteem is like, damn, I messed up. You know what I mean?
Question.
So
What would you say to Tiffany? If you had Tiffany standing right here in front of you, what would you say to Tiffany, especially being a veteran in the industry? Even though it's,
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of them don't listen. A lot of them you can't tell anything because they think they know everything.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of hard to approach someone that think they know everything. But I think now, again, maybe she'll listen because now it's a humbling experience.
Yes.
Nobody wants to see that happen to her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because she's funny. But what I would say to her is, sister, now you understand that people will love you for a season.
That's right.
People will love you as long as you got something to offer them.
Yeah.
People will love you as long as you can make them laugh and you're bringing something to the table. But the minute something goes wrong, everybody turned their back. And now you have to realize that God is still there for you. So you have to be strong and know that, you know what, it's not over.
It's not, you know what, I would tell anyone that it's not over, and you're going to have trials and tribulations in your career and everything. And I will look at like Kevin Hart when he had that big situation about, what he said about the. Right. But he was, in a sense, headstrong of like, you know what, I did it, but I'm not going to stop my career. I'm going to keep pushing,
He kept pushing.
And now it's kind of like, I forgot about that.
But the other thing with him is that he went through some money situations, but he's also good with money too.
Right.
He actually, I think, partnered with Chase to do some, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he partnered with one of the banks to start teaching money principles on the inner city.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we got to go to a break.
Oh man,
just
there is something I want to get into when we come back. But we're going to take a quick break. I'm Doni the Tree Lady.
I am that guy, Marty McFly, with the fabulous
Wanda Smith.
We'll be right back.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
When it falls, there's only one tree company to call. That's Don's Tree Service. Call them at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
I looked out the window after the storm and found out that there was a tree that had fallen, so I needed somebody quickly. Made one phone call. The appointment was made. They got the tree down. They do full service cleanup so that it looked like nothing had been done at all. Don's Tree Service did an awesome job for me, and I would recommend them highly.
Hey guys, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty Ringer, and I'd like to invite you to join us each and every Sunday morning at St. Mark Lutheran Church. Now, you might not be in the East Point or the Atlanta area, but you can always go online at stmarklutheranchurch.org and check out any of our services. I would love to just spread the good news of Christ to you. If you're here in the Atlanta area, our address is 4137 Washington Road in East Point, right down from the Atlanta airport. And if you're not around the ATL, you can always log on at stmarklutheranchurch.org. And there you can be a part of any of our worship services. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure that you understand this one message. God is trying to tell you to hold on until your blessing comes. And may God's grace and peace be with you. Black,
white,
yellow,
purple,
red,
green, yellow,
brown,
gray,
orange,
blue.
Does it really matter? Are there days when you just want to simplify life and put all the colors on the same page? Manna Publishing presents The House of Hope, a story and coloring activity book for the whole family. Listen to what people are saying.
This 44-page coloring book is awesome. My kids love it.
The House of Hope is a great story about rediscovering hope after a great loss.
I can read it to my younger sister and sometimes color it myself.
I'm 60 years old, and I like to color. It keeps my mind off the drama and the chaos in the world.
In a failing world, there is still hope. Get your copy today at mannapublishing.com. The House of Hope story and coloring activity book is great for the whole family. Visit our website now and receive a special offer. That's mannapublishing.com. mannapublishing.com.
Hope is what we need.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly. Making sense.
Yeah. And this is Wanda Smith.
Right.
And my grandson say, Wanda Smith. Wanda Smith.
You said you wanted to pick up on a question or something.
I wanted to pick up on something. You were talking about, or we were talking about Tiffany Haddish.
Yes.
And understanding that, you know, after you fall from grace, that sometimes those people that were there for you along the ride aren't still there.
Yes.
And I can imagine that when you went through your own thing, and for those of you that don't know, there was a little moment with Cat Williams. You guys can look it up on the internet. You ain't gotta. We're not gonna get too deep into it.
Really?
But
I never heard about it. I didn't know.
What was the thing? It was a thing.
I just didn't know.
Was it what was it?
Yeah. I thought it was something, you know, back in the past that she was known for doing something else, you know.
Was it like the Ice Bucket Channel or something?
I don't even think she did. Did you do that?
No.
It was talking about the situation with the little cat and the.
Is it like the kitty cat?
Yeah, the kitty cat. I don't know about the kitty cat situation. That's on our other channel, you know.
That's funny.
That's Wanda After Hours.
Well, she did have a show that was going to be.
Anyway, but yes. You know, everybody has talked about it. Everybody has seen it, and we never had a chance, you know, with me, to sit down and really talk to you about that whole, you know, situation and moving past that and just kind of moving on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I look at life like I mentioned earlier. Sometimes, you know, God have a cutoff point for your life, and that means you're done with doing this, and I need you to do something else. Yeah. But we ignore that call, and when Mike Epps mentioned that to me, it kind of made me reflect back and say, okay, why did this situation happen with Cat Williams and I? Because I don't know Cat Williams. We never were friends. We never worked on shows together. We never did anything together. So when I was asked at the moment to bring him into the room, he was actually visiting with another comedian. Really? So I was like, okay, so Mr. Ski asked me to go invite him into the room. So I did what one to do. Yeah. Come on. I don't want to come. So one thing led to another. And honestly, if you go back and look at the video, I'm dumbfounded. Okay, where's all this coming from? Yeah. Because I've never, in my 25 years, gotten into it with no one on the air. Not one time have I ever had a run-in with a client or a customer or a listener. Yeah. So for me, it just didn't feel right. Yeah. It felt bad.
Yeah.
Because I didn't take it that serious until I got the air, and I'm like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Are y'all mad for real? Like, you know, and then it started going everywhere, and that's when I realized, I said, wow. So a couple of days went by, and I still didn't understand it like that, because honestly, we're comedians.
Yeah. Right.
And we joke around, we play around, but when it started getting a little, you know, intense, I said, okay, but what people don't realize is that once we went to break, it got a little heated, and I'm looking at certain people in the studio that was kind of egging it on. Yeah. And it was almost like I felt like I was being beat up on. Yeah. So of course I'm going to defend myself, and I'm going to come back, but I'm not a tit for tat, joke for joke, your mama type person. Absolutely. So it kind of went to the left.
You could have talked about his mom. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're not going to start that
about many things.
I don't want him coming from me.
But that's not even what I do, because I respect him as a comedian.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Longevity, you've done your thing. I had no beef or nothing. Yeah. So I just felt like it all had to happen for whatever reason. Yeah. I don't know.
Are you still dumbfounded by it? Like, I can't believe this happened. Looking back now, like, where the heck did that energy come from?
I am. Okay. I am, because I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming, and I still don't understand it, because I've never, that's what I'm saying, I've never had, if you look at my history, you don't see anything bad about Wanda Smith. Right. Wanda Smith is not a whore. Wanda Smith is not a tramp. Wanda Smith is not all over the place. Wanda Smith doesn't start fights. I don't. It just, you know, it just came from nowhere. And people are like, well, you started it. No, Mr. Ski edited it to where he wanted to start. So that's what I was trying to explain to people.
I didn't know
These cameras you can edit and take out and put what you want to put in there. Right. So once people believe what they want to believe, I was hurt by all the things that I've done in Atlanta for y'all, all the lives I've saved, all the. Are y'all serious? Yeah. Are y'all? But hey,
I would say this though. You know, for me, I didn't even realize that it was heated in there. I thought it was like a funny, you know.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was just a funny thing.
But then at the same time, Wanda, I would say this: that interview made you pretty much a household name across the, you know, America, the globe in a sense. You know, and sometimes those interesting tragedies that you might see at that moment might be the biggest blessing.
Biggest blessing.
But and I want you to come back to that, but let me just stop you right there. I was speaking with Coco brother, and he's really well into the church, but he owns 3 radio stations here in Douglasville. Yeah. And he asked me one day, he said, you know, maybe that was supposed to happen. Because let me tell you why he said that. I called the Google people, right? So I'm trying to remove it. Because when you Google my name, that's the first thing that comes up. And I'm thinking, well, all the stuff I've done, this all y'all gonna remember me about, mad as hell. Like, I want to go drag that little mother. I'm like, bro, did you just really? So when I called the Google people, the man said, ma'am, may I ask you a question? Who are you? He said, who are you? Yeah. He said, Jesus Christ. He said, this is huge. He said, this is equivalent to when Steve Harvey called the wrong woman name out. He says, Mr. Steve Harvey had to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to have that removed. I said, well, I guess that's just going to happen. I guess that's just my legacy then. I guess that's what the hell y'all going to know me for. But he said the only way we can push this down is if you do something major and turn it around, that'll push it back down. Right. He said, this is so big. So Coco brother said, it had to be Cat Williams. Because you were known in Atlanta and maybe a few other cities. He said, but baby, the world knows you now. The world knows so when your next blessing from God come, everybody knows
That's right. That's right. And sometimes it's not necessarily a negative, you know, like on a different different basis, you know. I was, and I don't mind talking about this. My name was plastered all over the news, or a perception of my name was plastered all over the news because I have a person. It wasn't no Magic City. You know what?
It was somebody that used her same name.
Somebody used it. No, what happened is
from the trees.
I see you. See, y'all can take a clip of that, and somebody be like, Doni was dancing at Magic City. No.
With a tree.
What I'm saying.
No.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
continue.
So there was a tree service that was doing unethical things, and people were conflating it with my company.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I was so mad. I was calling to the station. I was trying to figure out how I could fix it on Google.
Yeah.
And finally, a friend of mine was like, Doni, this is just free publicity. I was like, but this ain't good publicity.
Yeah.
And what happened was my customers started coming to my defense like, no, that ain't Doni. That's another tree service.
Wow.
And so more people started talking about me to defend me.
Wow.
You know?
Well, that didn't defend me.
Oh my God.
Well,
How about that?
it's a difference. I think people.
How about that? Let me get that out
I'll
there.
tell you
Let
what,
me
we
say-
don't get
Like,
help.
Wanda, we missed you. But people see me and they're like, we miss you from the ride. I said, well, did you stand up for me? Did you fight for me? You ain't do get your ass out my face.
They bought us.
Okay, I tell you what. How about we talk about that in a little bit? But I mean, but how about this? I feel like you are right though, in a way. I feel like because there were
my
people.
My legacy was amazing in Atlanta. I've done so many
the
things.
thing is, and I got to be truthful, okay?
What?
You've done amazingly stuff. You was on there 25 years. For one, it might have been
25
time.
years. That's
Might have been time ago.
Yes.
And then some of them people like, when I got fired at UPS, you didn't call UPS to stand up for me.
Well,
I was supportive of you all these years, but when I lost my job.
But we didn't know you lost your job at UPS.
They didn't know you
Mine
lost
was,
yours.
Yes, they did.
Absolutely.
They all knew. Well, let me back up. Let me say this. Let me be clear.
Yes.
When the incident happened, I did not get fired.
Right. I didn't think so.
Okay. So 6 months later, V103 decided that they wanted to go younger. So he was clear when he brought me into the office. He said, I want to be clear. This has nothing to do with that. I want to be clear. So it happened 6 months later.
Hold on, sidebar.
Yeah.
If they wanted to go younger, why'd they bring the old man back?
Don't
just saying, I might be the. I'm sorry.
I mean,
you preaching to the. And I asked that question. I said, well, why does he get to stay? Why does he get to stay? And I did ask that question, but it's neither here nor there.
Right.
It's water under the bridge. I don't give a flip.
It was time.
I thought you was gonna say it different.
I had my share, and I've enjoyed my run. I've enjoyed talking to Atlanta. I have no hard feelings, or I'm not angry with anyone.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm good, and that's okay, because again, God has something else for me to do.
It's something better and better for you. You know, Will Smith, when he had the Fresh Prince, it was really doing great ratings. But he said, I don't want too much grass growing up under my feet here. You know, and for you, it's time to move on. You know, I can see you.
Example right now.
Well, I'm saying during that time, because
you know
what's sad. And you know what's sad about that? I have not forgiven him for that yet. I can't watch a movie.
But here's
of
the
his
thing,
yet.
though. And mark my words, he's gonna come back from this.
Oh yeah.
And he's gonna come back bigger. But it's the same.
You see, he's quiet though,
He's
right?
quiet.
You see,
He just came out with this, trying to do this new movie.
And I'm gonna say this. People were like, girl, you need to get on the internet and you need to fight back and you need to. And let me tell you, the person that called me that was like, don't you say nothing. You be still and you be quiet. Was J-Pat, Usher's mom.
Oh, wow.
She said, notice when something happens with Usher, he never fires back. She said, greatness don't respond. She said, notice greatness don't respond. She said, you let God fix that for you.
That's right.
She said, you don't have to fight back because God is going to fight for you.
Wow.
She said, you think about when something happens to Usher. Everything, and we've heard some stories.
Yeah, he don't say nothing. He just pay him off. He don't say nothing.
Doesn't say anything.
He just pay him off.
Doesn't say anything.
Right.
But
you said I gave you what? He goes, $1,000. I ain't gonna say nothing about it.
Okay.
Yes.
It's the same strand. Anyway, let's go to break.
We're going to take a break because I'm going to show you.
I'm sorry.
You do not say nothing about Usher. I love Usher. Anyway, you're listening to Doni Jones Live and Wanda Smith right now. Don't listen to whatever that says.
We'll be right back.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Now when the weather starts to change, the rents start to fall, who you gonna call?
The Street Service.
If it's looking kinda weak and it's looking kinda bleak, who a tree specialist call?
The Street
If
Service.
the trees in your yard are just too tall, who you gonna call?
The Tree Service.
Hey everybody, it's me, Wanda Smith, and I'm here with some great information. I don't know if you know, but it's hurricane season, and it's a great time for you to think about having trees removed before one falls on your home. That's something you don't want to happen. Listen, I called Don's Tree Service on a Monday. They were here in just a few days. The price was right, the staff was right, and I'm happy with everything they've done. So hey, if I were you, I would sit down with my family and talk about having trees removed before the hurricane comes and hit your home.
If you want more information about your trees, call Don's Tree Service, 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
Hey, this is Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. And as a small business owner, I get asked all the time, how did you do it? Now, for those of you that don't know, I basically started a tree service with $43 and a dream right here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Now, during my journey, I've definitely been blessed to see the mountaintop, but I've also been in some rough valleys. And in my book, From Failure to Fabulous, I share my experience. My book really is a real woman's journey to building a happy, healthy, and successful life. But I gotta be honest with you, I read self-help books and I listened to audio programs about success, and I was still having difficulty achieving success in my life until I really got a hold of certain principles that made a difference. In my book, From Failure to Fabulous, I get very real and raw about what I did to build my company, my family, and my life. So please go check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous, on Amazon, or you can go to my website, www.DoniJonesLive.com.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady.
And that McFly guy, Marty. Yes,
Yes.
that's
Oh, so you switched it up.
tried to flip it up. Yes.
right.
And the wonderful Miss Wanda Smith. You know, one day my name is going to be like that. My name is going to be the full name, like Marty Ringer or
Yeah.
Marty McFly.
But also, if you do the one, like if we're just hearing her voice, all she's got to do is say Wanda, because she's got a distinctive voice. She's the voice of Atlanta, the voice of ATL. And actually, you know what? I don't mind if you. You know what? She is the voice of ATL. If some of y'all have a business and y'all need a voice and you got some money,
endorse it. Yes.
I'm just saying.
Hey, you ain't even got to be
She's
in
an
Atlanta.
influencer, y'all.
You ain't
She
even
don't
got to
be
be in
tooting her
Atlanta.
horn, but I'm tooting your horn because I am telling you, I appreciate the opportunity that you gave us the tree work. And I know you gave it to us because we do good work.
Absolutely.
But the fact that you did a shout out for us, it made a difference. And just people say, oh my God, I saw your tree service with Wanda Smith. So I'm serious, if you're a small business person or a big business person, especially a big business person, this is one of the many voices of Wanda Smith, and she's one of the voices of the city of Atlanta.
And you know what I'm gonna do?
City of Atlanta.
I'm gonna put her on blast right now. I would like to do a show with just what's Wanda up to, you know, and we can have Wanda going around to the different businesses that supported her here in Atlanta.
That's right.
And just a one-on-one saying, hey y'all, you know, the beauty spots, the I don't know other stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to think of
I can see your brain going.
It's going, but I'm just saying, you know, her doing her thing. But, you know, but other than that, Wanda, it's been great. But now, family life. How, you know, because with you being on the radio, we always heard about the boys. You know, and how are they doing? Now, I know they're pretty much grown now.
I know, yes. Well, Tavares is 37, and he's married with 2 children. He's in
Say your grandmama.
I'm G-Mom.
G-Mom. We ain't doing
Don't call me no damn grandma.
Okay.
G-Mom. Hello.
Yes.
But Tavares is doing well. He's in the dental field, and he has a company where he distributes snacks to Walmart, Target, Kroger, Publix, racetracks.
Nice.
So he has a really good business. And my youngest son, Giovanni, is 25, and he's a firefighter. So I'm so very proud of them. My mom is in Miami, but I just purchased a home here in Atlanta. So she'll be coming to stay here, actually going back and forth. My sister is still in Miami, so I have family in both places. Everybody's doing great.
That is
what's up.
Awesome. And that's what we love hearing. You know, it's like one of the things that I was excited about having you on the show is just to show people what resilience looked like and what bounce back looks like. Because during the pandemic, a lot of people went through transitions.
Oh my God.
Whether it was a job, whether it was a relationship, anything. And so when I got the call from you, I got to be honest with you, in my mind, I didn't know what to expect. connect because I know you've been through some things. You came out the door with this beautiful energy, this smile. I'm living my best life. Got the world and gone with it. I'm like, okay, that's the kind of people I need to be around. Yes. But the other cool thing is that I thought it'd be inspirational to other people to see you. Right. Yes. And also the voice, Atlanta misses you. You're the voice of Atlanta.
Absolutely. And I will say this, I think, on behalf of the people that listen to you every morning, we do love you and we do miss you. And I think it's this thing where if they had the platform to get up and say, we want Wanda back, they would.
That's right.
You know, I don't think they were giving that.
You know what was so beautiful the other day? I was on social media, and this just says a lot about my heart to people. This young lady, she had to be maybe 30, and she wants to start her own business. So I have no idea who she is. So you know, everybody in Atlanta, people just aren't afraid to start their own business.
That's right.
So she texted me she sent me a DM. And she said, hi, Miss Wanda, you know, I'm such and such, and I'm getting ready to start my own business, and I would love for you to come to sample my tacos. So I was like, okay, who is this person? But at the same time, because of my heart, I said, you know what, this young sister, she's trying to start her business. So funny story. I told her, okay, so I RSVP, right? So I'm driving, I don't know her from a can of paint. I'm driving, so I get over by Glenwood, and I was like, okay. All right then, I'm about to do this. I'm from Miami, I ain't scared. So I get over there, and then I go over by this golf course, the golf course where Tiger Woods play over there. So I said, okay, isn't it the golf course? And then the address doesn't match up with the GPS. So I call her on Instagram, because I don't know her, because I don't have a phone number. And she goes, okay, come out of the golf course, make a left, and come straight back to these apartments. All right, I'm coming. So let me tell you, I go in, right? And I park, and I go in with an open mind. When I walked in, I felt an energy that I'd never felt before. The energy was, I'm here to help this sister take her career to the next level any way that I can possibly do it. So we sat in there, and a couple other women came in. Everybody that walked in that door, and I'm talking about they were maybe 30 to like 35 years old. Everybody that walked in the door, why do I know your face from somewhere? Who aren't you? And it was just young people, you know, thriving and say, hey, you know, what can I do? How did you get Wanda here? How did you, like, they had so many questions for her. And the tacos were so good. And I did.
Can you give her a shout out? Say what her taco place was.
Okay,
no problem. I'm sorry. Okay, I ain't gonna
things like that always happen. Though, you know, 'cause the last time somebody told me,
it's on my Instagram.
Okay, go to her Instagram.
Yeah.
In fact, how do we get in touch with you? Your Instagram. Tell them your social media.
My social media. You can follow me on Facebook at Wanda Smith. And then on my Instagram, I am Wanda Smith ATL, where you can see everything that I'm doing. And on Twitter, it's Wanda Smith ATL as well.
Awesome. That is what's up. You know, I have to be careful with doing stuff like that, because the last time I went and sampled somebody's stuff, and they was like, yeah, come around, it's the third apartment in the back. And we went back there, and I stayed a while. It got cloudier and cloudier.
Y'all was
everybody started talking slower and slower. And it was just like,
we did start talking about those gummies. There was a young lady in there with edibles, and I was like, all right then, y'all, this is well. Go ahead. This has been fun to talk over.
You know what? I had to leave too, but I get 2 of those though.
Oh my God! You do know you saying this on the radio, right?
What do you think I'm talking about? They had incense over there. You know, you know what? You need to stay off that stuff. You're always assuming the wrong thing. It's Halloween and people giving out candy.
They was giving out candy, gummies, and incense.
And brownies.
Wow.
So if y'all want some candy, some gummies and brownies,
you can
call
find them
Mardy.
on
They're called edibles.
Yeah. Strong edibles.
Exactly.
But Wanda, this has been great. What's next for you? What's next for you? As we got,
I'm just enjoying my life right now, guys. Honestly, my gift and my purpose is still helping people. I do so many different things. Last time I talked with you guys, I was helping an organization for young children that were actually tossed out of the home or abused or whatever the case may be. So I did that for a couple months. I am actually hopping around Atlanta, the state of Georgia, hosting events, parties, just doing it up. And I'm enjoying this, just freelancing for the most part. So like they said, if you have a party or, I just did a really big baby shower for an NFL player. And it was fun. So I'm enjoying freelancing and enjoying the people.
So would they get to you through social media if they want to get you to host it?
Yes. It's good to DM me on Instagram, Wanda Smith ATL. And then I can send the information over to my manager. Somebody will definitely get in touch with you ASAP.
I love it. Also, because when all of that stuff happened, we didn't show her love like I feel like we should have shown her love. Those of you that can hear my voice right now, I want you guys to call 1-888-349-DONI, 1-888-349-DONI, and I just want you to just say something lovely about Miss Wanda Smith. Tell her how you feel about her. Just a little something so we can share that with her, because Atlanta does love you.
I know. Well, let's fix it then. It's like a relationship. I feel like I'm divorced. Okay? We gonna get remarried, then let's do it. Y'all got the chapel. Let's go.
That's right.
Well, they love you, and I know they're gonna be following you. And you know what? As a quick inspiration, because you are an inspiration, I think it goes back to the beginning of what we were talking about. It's sometimes being with the palm tree. Being flexible, bending, but not breaking.
That's right.
And through life, you're going to go through those hurricanes, those tornadoes, and all that stuff. But bend, but don't break.
Bend, but don't break. And what would you like to leave the people with?
I would like to leave the people with know your purpose in life. We're all brought here on this earth for a purpose.
That's right.
And when you know what you're doing, and it feels good, and it feels easy, and it's not a bad situation, and you don't have to fight or argue, or there's no tense, or you got to second guess it, that means it's your purpose. Don't be afraid to branch out there, get it done. I don't care if it's making tacos making cupcakes, get it done.
That's right. Get it done.
And Doni, what would you like to leave us with?
When you meet people like Wanda Smith, cherish them. Seriously, you guys, God brings certain people into your life for you to be a lesson to them, and sometimes it's for them to be a lesson to you. And I got to tell you, you have been a lesson to me. You've been a lesson on perseverance. You've been a lesson on being thankful for the people around you. You've been a lesson on how to bend and not break, just like that palm tree. And so if you have somebody in your life like that, make sure you cherish those around you.
And you know what, just the last, because I'm going to have a hot second left, make your failures fabulous.
Yes. Yes.
From failure to fabulous, like Doni Jones' book right here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can get it right now at
Amazon.
You know what? I was going to say the gas station. Little Ricky's corner shop. I know Aldi's got those resales.
Did you say Aldi?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of those last pickup things or whatever. But no, From Failure to Fabulous by Doni Jones. It's a story about how she started her business and just made it to where she's at now. She's fabulous.
I love it.
I am actually blessed today because I'm sitting with two fabulous women.
And we are blessed because we're also sitting next to this fabulous.
And I'm sober. I got to preach.
You know what?
I got to preach. That's why. But anyway,
guys, we are so thankful, Miss Wanda Smith.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. And we would love to have you back on the show at a future date. And just thank you for your presence. Thank you for what you've done for Atlanta. Once again, I am Doni the Tree Lady.
I am that guy, Marty McFly. And we're
Wanda Smith.
Yes.
And we will see you next week.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. God's Tree Service.
Hey everybody, it's me, Wanda Smith, and I'm here with some great information. I don't know if you know, but it's hurricane season, and it's a great time for you to think about having trees removed before one falls on your home. That's something you don't want to happen. Listen, I called Don's Tree Service on a Monday. They were here in just a few days. The price was right, the staff was right, and I'm happy with everything they've done. So hey, if I were you, I would sit down with my family and talk about having trees removed before the hurricane comes and hit your home.
If you want more information about your trees, call Don's Tree Service, 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty Ringer, and I'd like to invite you to join us each and every Sunday morning at St. Mark Lutheran Church. Now, you might not be in the East Point or the Atlanta area, but you can always go online at stmarklutheranchurch.org and check out any of our services. I would love to just spread the good news of Christ to you. If you're here in the Atlanta area, our address is 4137 Washington Road in East Point, right down from the Atlanta airport. And if you're not around the ATL, you can always log on at stmarklutheranchurch.org.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones.